channel. Thank you for clicking on this video. Before I go any further, I want to issue a trigger warning, as I'm going to be talking about mental health and its effects on me as a person, so please feel free to click away from this video. I do mention self-harm, so please do not make yourself watch content that will make you feel worse. Okay? If you do find me looking down there, it is because I have tried to make myself a kind of script thing so that I am not rambling too much about stuff that I don't really want to talk about. Okay, so that's all that is. Okay, so that's if you find me looking the wrong way. Okay, I have spoken about why I have started doing more videos on YouTube, and it was to try and express more about my own mental health. Strangely enough, I find it easier to speak into the void of the internet rather than speak to an actual person. I think this comes from when I first started having issues with depression, maybe 6-7 years ago. And I asked people around me for help, and because I was really close to ending everything, I was at that stage, and I was told to grow up and not be so stupid. Which is great, and it's made it really difficult for me to speak to people about my mental health ever since. I currently suffer from moderate depression and anxiety. It is classed as moderate solely based on a few questions that I was asked by my doctor. There was 3 real questions, and I'll go over them. Question number 1 was, do you want to kill yourself? And I don't. I am quite unhappy. I am really struggling, but I am not looking towards suicide as an answer, so no. Number 2, can you and do you work full time? Yes, I do. Okay, and I haven't had to take any absence because of my mental health, which is mostly down to my managers and people at my company being super understanding and helpful when it comes to my mental health. They've given me a lot of leeway, which is awesome. But no, I haven't had to take any time off. And number 3 is, do you cut yourself? No. I tried cutting when I was younger, a long time ago, but I found that it never really gave me the release that I was looking for. I used other methods of self-harm, which I will go into later, but that was not what I was asked. So yeah, I was too embarrassed to embellish anything further, and so I was left with the moderate classification of it. And I don't really know what I think about it, to be honest. What made me go for help a month or so ago was that I couldn't control my actions. Specifically, when I was really anxious, I would get worked up and cry, and it would happen anywhere. It is something that happens, and my mind has. It's like something happens, and my mind jumps to the worst possible scenario, and I start to panic. It causes me to get one of the things it does is it causes me to get really tingly skin, which is really bizarre. I get itchy and I scratch it, where I have had times that I'm getting so worked up that the only time my mind has been broken from my thoughts is because there is I scratched my entire leg and there's blood everywhere. I have so many scars and lumps left from scratching myself raw and bleeding that I refuse to wear any shorts. I have scars everywhere, and it is really embarrassing. It's horrifically embarrassing. I hate it. There. But it doesn't stop there. There are other times when I'm more depressed rather than anxious. Whether I feel like there's no point in anything, I can't get up, I don't want to deal with people, and I feel that there's something missing, and it actually really hurts feeling like that. Because you don't know what the answer is. There is no definite answer. My main method of dealing with this over the years has ended up being eating. I would eat to try and make myself feel better. So I tried to eat away the bad feelings, but then I'd feel ashamed, so I would end up eating more. And sometimes I will just eat because I thought I was a shit person, and thought people are healthy and happy, but I'm obviously a bit of a bastard, so I don't deserve that. So I would use I almost use eating as a method of self-harm. It's really bizarre. It's a really weird concept that I'm trying to get my head around, but it's really difficult. Everything I have done to cope, try and cope, the eating and scratching, are habits that I'm trying to change. It is a work in progress, obviously. I'm trying very hard to keep busy. I'm on medication again, and I am seeing a doctor regularly. For years I thought I was doing okay, but I really wasn't. Um, I've been hurting myself and pretending that I wasn't, and I hope sometimes hope that I'll be seeing a proper therapist soon. I have been speaking to a therapist over the telephone and things, but I'm hopefully getting a face to face appointment and hopefully help me get rid of these horrible habits. But the message of the video is, if you do feel bad, don't try and suffer on your own, because what you're doing to try and cope might not actually be coping. You're actually making yourself worse. So if you do feel shit and bad, try and speak to help. Try and ask for help. Speak to somebody. I've included the number of the Samaritans below in the description box, as they have been a big source of help and encouragement for me, particularly over the last few months. So we suggest anybody struggling to give them a little call. But the main thing is keep your head up. You aren't as alone as you may think. There are other people out there for you. Okay? But thank you for watching this video. And I'll see you later. Bye.